I wasn't even gonna be coming, cause what's the point? Like, right? You ain't gonna get it that way. You're too busy trying to worry about the nuances and shit. Try to worry about the physical applications. Don't get it. You know what I'm saying? When you adult, your soul goes up to about 20 grams. When you're a baby, your soul is about 3.5 grams. So then they looking at it like, what's the understanding? So you can't see, it's the unseen. And since the unseen, they correlate it to the value of the quantum, because the quantum is the unseen. But then if you can't look at the observer, if you can't watch the observer, right, then that means the other side of that value multiplies by so many masses of, it's like every sand or every grain of sand is a numeral, you know what I'm saying? So that's what's at your disposal, but you don't know that. You don't know that everything multiplies by the grain of sand, even though that's the number of the, you know what I'm saying, that's known. So it's like, it tells you blatantly. So then when they looking at it in the scientific aspect, and what I'm saying right now is only for adapt minds. Like, this ain't gonna really stick to some people, but for the most part, what it's saying is that's how creation takes place. It takes place in that enumerate amount. So if I was to say, I give you this, right? That's not plural to a value. It's every single aspect known in every direction, right? To resonate as a plane of existence, down to its finite reason. So if a tree give off pine needles, I can literally have every single pine needle on one tree. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can have every breath of air that I can take or what I need to go in my process. I can walk on every single grain of sand that will hold me in stability. Like, this is the value of multiplication, but we live in a world where people tell you your value. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's where it go left at, like somebody telling you your value. Well, if I'm doing it in my way, then the lack of understanding is the fact that you think what you're doing is working out for you. No, nothing you do works out for you, good or bad. It just don't work out, because it's not going to work in its full totality, because you're not doing it from the almighty creator's aspect. Divine said you can't create because you don't have that. So being stripped of this particular understanding, and then you being retaught this value from something of not divine pretense, means everything you do is born to fail. You might be satisfied, but you're still dealing with a failure aspect. But then then the aspects of your desire are given to you by the creator. So that means you can have it at a higher scale if you choose to let divine walk you through your aspects of pleasure and reality. But then if you choose to let man guide you through this, then you're going to get it at a failed notion, or the aspect of where you're satisfied with something which you decided to settle for. So you don't even know what it feels like. And if you got too much at one time, you'll think it was too much going on. You'll be like, oh, this is a lot, I don't know what to do with it. That's the mathematical understanding of the quantum value of it. You're not looking at it happen, you just letting divine guide you through it. So then you get a multiplied version of that. You know what I'm saying? To a number that shouldn't be focused on. So now you're not looking at it or focused on that it taking place. You just letting divine guide you through whatever that's going to come, and you fully have a knowing that everything you're going to do is only going to be subsequent. It's not going to be to its highest value. You may get a little bit of something out of that. You may even feel satisfied with it, but it's not complete. And once you understand that difference in between you and divine, then you can go somewhere mentally with it. But you can't travel nowhere with it, because you think right now in your mind that what you're doing is satisfying a point. People get to this point to where you need to be, you're going to get in trouble, or you can't do this, and you can't get. That's not the relevant understanding of how the Almighty works. It's not about getting a spanking, you know what I'm saying, or even having something happen. It's not about that. It's about wherever you put your energy into it, you get that in a vast array of divine quantum, whether it's good or bad. So no matter what energy that you spend your focus on, like if I spend my energy on divine, I'm always looking at divine, then I'm gonna get that times a billion, because I'm looking at it when I'm in my conscious mind, and then subconsciously I'm still with it. You know what I'm saying? So that means it multiplies in those values, because I'm holding on to it as a full axis of my totality. Most people in the world, they deal with They deal with a half version of this or a half version of that. You deal with good and bad. So you get some of that good and you get some of that bad based on what you believe more in. Divine is saying that way of living is flawed. That's where you come into failure at. This is where you make failed creations, whether that's a thought, a family, whatever, like whatever comes off you is a creation. So it becomes failed because you're not allowing, you took your focus on and put it on something else more than you did the divine. It's like you gave up. So that's like dying. If divine gave up on that connection of your soul that's connected to your body at any given point, without saying let it stay tethered to you so you can have a whole existence, you just drop. You just drop, and that'll be the difference. You know what I'm saying? But it's given to you through an unconditional value, or long enough for you to have a time expectancy transcend values of what you consider time to be, right? What you consider this time that you're going through to be. You know what I'm saying? Like in a blink of an eye, the universe takes that for your whole existence, but you see days in it. You see weeks and months and years. You know what I'm saying? And people take these things for granted, to know that the divine is giving you this light that's growing slow as the pace of your body or your existence growing, and that right there calculates how well you've lived in a divine notion through your life. You're given this life to live, but yet you haven't learned to be unconditional. You haven't learned to say, I don't care, I'm just doing it from the fact that I was just given this life. Not to the fact that where you're immorally destroying the principles of what you are. No, it's an unconditional love. See, divine puts things in front of you for reasons, whether it's a guideline or for you to be the guideline to it. You know what I'm saying? Hoping that you're going to have a light that's in you, that's given to you the same way the light that you carry inside you that gives you life. So then what's the purpose? To make sure everything succeeds in life. You may be placing somebody just to make sure they get where they got to go. It's still success. You might not have played the biggest role or the biggest block to the building that's building, but you're one of the stones on the corner of the bottom building. You might not even be a stability stone. You might be a stone of accessory. You might be one of the blocks that, you know, just brings look to the building, but you're still a part of it because it plays a role, depending on what that role is. Or you could be the one that says, nah, I don't want to go in there, and you just keep chipping up as a rock, and they can't use this rock. You got to keep hitting it and polishing it and hoping it'll get a fit. You're like, I can't use it. It just won't let me cut it right. It's too messed up on the inside. See, that goes with everything in the reality. So that rock just didn't have the foundation to be solid enough to be shaped up for the glory of what the divine was building in the process. So you didn't even get a place on the wall or the building or the structure or the foundation or even the aesthetics of the building. You didn't get no place there because your insides was fragile. So every time they went to polish you up, cut you, shape you, you just crumbled in some type of way, like you fell apart without following the understanding. And that's how that works. You're going to stay in your mind and keep being like, oh, I'm going to try this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And it's going to keep failing because the divine, like, I got a road for you to go. I got something for you to walk. I knew you before you was in the womb. That means I had a plan for you before you even was flesh. But as soon as you got into your flesh started making dumb decisions. Period. And you don't even comprehend what that is, because you're gonna think like you thinking. Just because I gave you free will and you can woo some things to you, you think that's true power. No, that's failure. That's me allowing you to do it your way just to show you that it's failure. But you forgot it's quantum. Quantum means the value of extraordinary. There's no number that marks that. So once you live in I knowing that I'm gonna fail, divine, I'm imperfect. I can't do what you do. I need you to put me where you had planned before I got placed in the womb. I need you to show me that road I'm off right now. You ain't got that type of conversation with divine in full sincerity. You're not talking to the divine like that. Like, you're not building with the Almighty like that. Then you're not building. You just this. You're doing this. You're doing this. And see, the power is not when... And see, nobody can stop you from, I'm going to make them stop talking. You can't make nobody stop doing nothing. If I choose to stop bringing knowledge for a week, a few days, or whatever, it ain't got nothing to do with nobody. It's because I'm spending time with the Almighty. It's called class, yo. You can't do both. You can't talk and learn. You can't talk and learn. I don't care about algorithms. I don't care about numbers. I don't care about if you keep producing content. I don't give a shit about none of that. What I care about is having that be an authentic lesson. And you can't do that being fake. You can't do that faking the value of what spirituality even looks like. Some people get bored and they go and repeat shit over and over just to talk. Like, I'm not like that. I really put my time into the Almighty. Like, I really go do other stuff that ain't got nothing. Like, I wasn't on social media for like 5-6 hours a day. That shit felt good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, yo, 5-6 hours, no connection to the internet. I went and did something that made the light grow. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the real power at. Like, learning how to make the light grow. It ain't always about who you telling somebody and what they need to get. Whatever they need to get, that's because that's what they signed up for. That's why one thing got nothing to do with the next. I don't got to tell you this is what you're going to get. I ain't got to say, oh, you're going to get this, or this is going to happen to you. No, that's what they paid for with their energy. They focused on that. So if you focus on making people get where they got to go, you know what you're going to get back. Somebody making sure that's the balance for your life. Like, come on, man. Shit don't work the way you want it to work. It's not a such thing as the criminal in the movie. That's just what the world give you. They don't tell you the other part of those stories. They cut that, they edit those stories. So you don't know the outcome of that. You think the criminal always get away. No, he don't. The criminal never gets away. You know what I'm saying? They end up with their head bust open or slow or something, or with a cut off leg, whatever. They go through some hard shit that they can't never get back. That's always the outcome of somebody who go against the divine. All praises to the Most High. They ain't got to hear me. You know what I'm saying? But when I go away, it's because it's better to be around the divine. Divine is giving you different shades of clouds and sky colors and grass under your feet and dirt, animals, birds. You know what I'm saying? You can hear the rustle in the leaves. Like, it's constant motion and change within your natural environment. So how can you not be immersed in what's around you? That means you ain't paying attention enough to it. You got that short attention span. I don't. I'm too busy focusing on what the Almighty say. I'm always, and I started counting. Damn, you say all praise due to divine like almost 1,000 times a day, unconsciously. I'm saying this shit like 1,000 times a day unconsciously. You know what I'm saying? If I'm saying it out loud, or if I'm saying it just to be, you know, whatever I'm moving, go before me. Like, I always got divine involved in what I'm doing, no matter what it is. And it don't got to be a lot. It's just you deciding to love the Almighty like it's your best friend. You have the Almighty with you like that. You know what I'm saying? So you already know the vibes, yo. NAGA the wise.